We were headed to the Philippines to join the fleet. We were going to join the battleship Idaho as team up with her. All the fleet was gathering at the Philippines for invasion for Japan, and we got out about halfway between Guam and the Philippines. I had midnight watch, and it was dark, pitch dark. Well, I got up to the bridge, and my job that night, instead of steering the ship, I was on the earphones to the engine room. Well, as I was getting the phones, just started to take them, whoom, up in the air I went about 5 feet or so, and came down on my belly on the steel deck right on the bridge. And the first torpedo that hit us knocked off about 60 feet of the bow. There was water and debris and fire and all still going up above us. I got to my knees, and whoom, another one hit. Up in the air it went again. And it just blew everything, and the engine room was still giving power. We were sucking up the ocean. We took billions of gallons in that ship. By that time, the control officer said, "Captain, we're sinking. We're about to roll. We got abandoned ship." So the captain said, "Follow me," and we went down the ladder to the next deck, and the captain he said, "Pass the word to abandon ship." Well, every one of us began to holler, "Abandon ship, abandon ship." So I grabbed a hook that had held a gaff, and I swung just as far as I could and turned loose, went down about 40 feet, hit the hull and then the water. Didn't hurt me when I hit the hull, it was a glance. Hit the water. I began to try to swim away from the ship. I got out about 50 yards, and I turned and looked, and the ship was already headed straight down. The screws, all four, still turning. And you could see by the moonlight the men still jumping off the ship with it going down. Well, I swam a little further and came to one lone sailor. Swam up to him and said something to him, and he said, "Is that you, Cox?" And I said, "Yeah." "Is that you, Josie?" "Yeah, that's me." He said, "I'm bad hurt." Well, he didn't last just a little while, short time. After 30 or 40 years, well, my wife and I went to Wichita Falls, and we were dancing a tune and started to go back to the chairs. A woman runs up to me and she says, "Oh, it's so good to see you. Have you been on any cruises lately?" Well, I know I looked like dumbfounded because I didn't know her from Adam. And about that time, her husband, this man, he came over and he said, "Honey, this man's not who you think he is, but I know who he is." And she said, "Well, who is he?" He said, "We met him in Indianapolis at the reunion that the Indianapolis had a year or two ago, and I remember him well. I visited with him there." She said, "Oh, yeah, that's where I knew him." And she said, "My brother was on the Indianapolis, and we're trying to find out anybody that might know something about him." I said, "What was his name?" She said, "Clifford Josie. First man I came to." I said, I know what happened to him."